everyone. Today I'm going to be finally cleaning the headlights on my 2003 Saab 9-3. So you guys have been asking this basically since the car came back on the channel like 3 months ago or so. And I'm finally doing it today, and that's actually courtesy of Headlight Restore. They sent me out this little kit, which, if I'm completely honest, I'm a little bit skeptical of. This is one of these as seen on TV products. So it's basically 3 simple steps. It's supposed to take 2 minutes to do, so I'm curious to see how well it's going to work, especially considering that these headlights are pretty foggy. Now ideally they're going to end up looking like this on my Turbo X, but I don't know how good this is going to work. If you guys are interested in this product though, there is a link in the description for it. It's actually only $15, so not bad, especially if you don't have any orbital buffer or any of the stuff that you need for it. This is definitely a good deal to save you some money and especially some time. So let's see how good this is going to work. Like I said, I'm not sure how good it will work, but it should be a very simple process. First, I'm actually going to take off the bumper though, because while I'm doing this, ideally when I clean the headlights, I like to take them out of the car like I did with the Turbo X, but since this is just wipes, it's kind of unnecessary to do that. But I am still going to take off the bumper because I've been having a problem where this keeps popping out. Like this tab is broken right here, so I tried to like tape it to help it stay in, but it didn't work. So I'm just going to take the whole bumper off anyways and try and fix that while I'm doing this. If you happen to miss my videos on the clay bar, wax, and trim restore on the car, I'm going to link them up here in the top corner. Definitely make sure to check those out because all of those really helped bring some shine back to this paint. It's not perfect by any means, as you can probably see. But anyways, I'm going to get the bumper off and then we'll look into this kit, see how good it is. So to start off the process here, it basically says don't do this if your headlights are rough or hot. So obviously they're not hot, but they are not super smooth. So I'm going to get like some P2000 sandpaper first and go over both headlights just to smooth them out a little bit, and then we'll get started with this. So I have some 1500 I'm going to start with, and I'll stop with the 2000. Here's a more close-up look of the headlight now. I realize I didn't show it too much, so I want to make sure I show it well enough right now. Both of them look equally as bad. In fact, this one is probably worse. So I took some pictures, so we'll do some before and after comparisons at the end, but I'm going to get to sanding now. So they definitely feel a lot smoother. I just compared it with the other one. So now I'm going to move on to the other side and sand over there. So if I'm being honest, it might not look like it, but the sanding itself already made a pretty significant difference. It got rid of all of that yellow, gross oxidization. I mean, it's so satisfying to just like see it come off as you're sanding. So now, I guess it's time we open up the kit and use it. So you've got 3 packets that come with your kit. 2 of them are for the first step, and 1 of them is for the final step. So you have 1 for each headlight, obviously, here. So we're gonna open this up, we're gonna unfold it, and we're gonna wipe down the headlight, and then we're gonna dry it afterwards. Got our little pinkish damp towel right here. So it's unfolded. We're just gonna wipe this down thoroughly. Make sure I get in all these little corners and whatnot. Wipe in all sorts of different patterns, swirl, vertical, horizontal, just because that's kind of what I do when I'm sanding to avoid getting lines in certain directions. Just kind of a habit now when I'm doing something like this. Get that corner down there. I'm putting a good amount of pressure on this just because I feel like if I'm just like wiping it gently, it's not going to have as good of an effect. So I'm probably going to do this for about a minute if I'm being honest. The more thorough, the better, in my opinion. Flip the wipe over, I guess, while I'm at it. Don't see how that could hurt. Alright, I'd say that's about as thorough as it's gonna get. I think the angle the camera's at, from what I'm seeing, it doesn't show it. It still looks very foggy in the camera, but it definitely looks better. I'm not gonna say it hasn't worked at all so far. So go ahead, toss this out. Now we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. So step one is done. It looks pretty good if I'm being honest. Definitely much better than it was when I started, especially this driver's side one. Passenger side one doesn't look as good yet. The driver's side one's looking pretty good. So now we're going to open up the second packet in the final step, and we're not going to unfold it. We're just going to wipe with it folded. Now, why? I don't know. But that's what the instructions say. So we just have this one rag for both headlights, so let's go ahead and do it. So one thing I should also note, it says not to dry the headlights with this step. You're supposed to let them air dry for about 30 minutes. So I guess after this, we're just gonna have a little bit of a waiting game here, see how they turn out. Alright, now on to the other side. So it's 9 a.m., already triple digits. I'm sweating like crazy, so it's actually good that this is gonna need 30 minutes to dry so I can go inside and cool off. And while I'm doing that, we're gonna let this dry. I'll catch up with you guys in a few minutes. So it's actually a couple hours later. I already had recorded the outro for this video actually, but then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna clean the engine bay too. So I wanted to show you guys that because I know a lot of you have also been asking me to do that. So I just went over all the hard plastic and everything. I didn't go, you know, way down in there or anything, but I would definitely say it looks way better. Look at how good the engine bay looks now. So bumper is back on. I mean, I can't say enough about how good this looks. So I was skeptical about this, like I said at the beginning. I'll go ahead actually and do before picture on the right here compared to after right now, so you can see how big of a difference that actually made. So I am super happy with this. I am really surprised it worked this well. So like I said, if you guys are interested in this kit, I actually might use it again in the future if it holds up and stays looking good like this for a long time. I'll probably use this kit again in the future sometime. So if you guys are interested in it though, click the link at the top of the description and you can get your own. Only $15. I mean, that's a really good price to get your headlights going from complete trash to, well, that. I mean, mine were pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. So engine bay is looking good, headlights are looking good, paint is looking about as good as it can. So this car cosmetically is really coming together. So, you know, I'm really happy with how it's coming out now. So still needs paint on some panels, obviously. Don't know when that's gonna happen, but I'll obviously post that on my Instagram at some point, so follow me there if you aren't already. You can also see me doing this kind of stuff way in advance, because this video is going up like a whole week after I actually did this stuff on the car. So with that being said, guys, that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video and you're glad to see that my headlights are finally clean, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time.